Yo, 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 what's happening? Nico here. At the start of a new year, one of the tools that has helped me shape myself to who I am today is by picking a word to focus on for that entire year. There's three ways that we can change how we look at life, how we change our perspective. There's three ways to do it. Change your perspective and change your thinking. The three ways that have been documented since the beginning of time are repetition. Second is extreme moments in time, life-changing moments. They change our perspective and they change the way we think. And then the third one, people don't really like to share too much, but it's extreme use of substances, specifically alcohol and narcotics. It'll change the way that you think. It'll change the way that your mind is wired. So if you pick a word and you focus on that word, you're following the first way to change the way you think. By repeating it to you, by repeating the word to yourself daily, it then becomes habitually put into your subconscious. Now, I will address that most individuals who come and listen to my videos also know that you can change the way you think and have experience. Their minds get changed because of extreme substance use, alcohol or other drugs. We must, if you fall in that category, that second one that I just described, understand and acknowledge that we know how to change the way we think using substances. We do. We tend not to change the way we think into a positive way under the influence. Don't remember me wrong, there's some people who can. But the majority of time, it goes towards a negative change of thought process. I want the people, my listeners, you people, please, I care about you. I value your life, even though we haven't even met. I know that if you're watching this video, you're an amazing human being who just wants to do better in some area of your life. And I believe I have some help that I can offer you, some value that I can offer you, because I've been able to drop 90 pounds myself. I've been able to stop using heroin and alcohol. I'm valuing myself enough that I believe I can offer myself to someone else and begin a relationship, a healthy, abundant one. So if you got videos on that, I would love for you to drop the link so I can go check out some relationship videos. Because my word for this year is intentional. Intentional living. You see, I frame it. And this image, this picture, it sits at the end of my hallway. So when I come out of my room in the morning, it's one of the first things that I see. I am intentional about my surroundings. Even the ones that are in this room that you guys can see, I intentionally placed those books there. I intentionally got that hacky sack there for a reason. I'm intentional about what I do in many areas of my life because I know that being intentional, being repetitive about my intentions is the safest way right now to change the way that I think about certain things. I hope and I know that the information I'm sharing with you can change your life. I know that by being intentional about what I share to you guys, you will receive the answers and you can apply them to your own life. We each have unique situations, yes, but there are common solutions to it. One of the common solutions that I must share with you is that if you repeat a word to yourself, you will start to become more deliberate about living that word out. Last year, my word was demanding. I was demanding about where I was going to be. For me, the biggest thing was not to fill out a resume. And I demanded of myself outcomes that aligned with that. This year, I'm being intentional. I'm being intentional about how I move, what I say, who I spend my time with. I had the great opportunity to spend time with some high-level individuals over a couple of days. And one of the terms that was said was, you got to be intentional about your success. Success is intentional. Whatever you're trying to achieve, you have to be intentional about it. I used to do certain things intentionally. I would say certain words to a girl that I was dating because I knew intentionally it would get her upset, piss her off, or make her really happy, one of the two. I used to be intentional about who I cut the dope for. Like if I didn't like you, I cut your shit. Really easy for me. I was intentional about that. If I didn't want you as a customer anymore because you were bugging me, like you were always asking for fronts and always saying that you had money coming, like you was one of them dudes, I was intentional about giving you the boo-boo, like the dirtiest shit I could come up with. I was intentional when I would correct individuals for thinking that they could put me in a position that I knew wasn't going to happen. I was intentional about solving problems a certain way. I was intentional about getting money a certain way. I say all that because we, as individuals who have used substances, as individuals who have ingested, injected, or inhaled something to heal ourselves, we're intentional about it. We know what we want to feel better. My question is, can we use that same intention to get a positive healing outcome? Can we be intentional about solving our problems for the long term, giving ourselves permanent solutions? Well, Nico, how do you do a permanent solution? Glad you asked. There's 3 phases that I found to being intentional. The first one is you have to think about the intention. So set your intention first. The second, you have to visualize the end of it. When it's all said and done, how would you like the outcome? So you visualize it. And then thirdly, you take action. Even if it's not perfect action, you take action. How does that translate to somebody who wants to stop drinking or somebody who wants to start living a more healthy life? Well, the first thing that you do is you set an intention for what you desire. Set the intention that for the next 24 hours, you're not going to ingest, inject, or inhale. Second, visualize yourself going that full 24 hours. What would the end of that 24 hours look like? Where will you be? Who is going to be around you? What's the environment? Visualize that. Bring that to the front of your mind. And then third, take some sort of imperfect action towards it. If your goal is to go 24 hours without injecting, ingesting, or inhaling, then for that first hour, do something. Second hour, do something. Third hour, do something. Anything other than ingesting, injecting, or inhaling. I want you to have the best life possible. And that only happens if you're being intentional about it. We can be successful in removing dependency on alcohol and other drugs. But it requires having an intentional outcome, visualizing it, and then taking action each and every moment to get there. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's okay to have no halo. You weren't created to be an angel. You were created to do better today. So get it done. Do better today.